grades 4, this is Miss David. So today we will be learning about solid figures, we'll be learning about cubes, and we'll be learning about two-dimensional drawings of unit cubes, okay? And for this video, you will be using this video for exercise 45, 46, and 47. So 3 exercises. I'm following pages 86 of your textbook all the way to 100. So we are going to begin with, I'm going to show you this cube. So look at this cube. It's 3-dimensional, right? And it has different sides and it's shaded. If we hold it at different angle, we can look at all different sides of this cube, right? So we can look at, and we can also draw cubes, right? We like to draw. So let's look at page 86 of your textbook. So here we have identifying solid figures, and I'm looking at page 86. Okay, so look at these cubes. We can draw a cube in other ways. So as in, we can draw cubes in different ways. Look, they've used shading to show that it's 3-dimensional, right? All of these different cubes, and we can draw a square on a flat piece of paper, but we can make it look 3-dimensional if we were to draw it a certain way, or if we were to shade it. For example, I can draw a square. I always learned it this way. I would draw one square, and then I would draw another square, and I would connect the lines. This makes it look like a 3-dimensional, right? A 3-dimensional square. So that's how they're showing us that we can draw our solid figures, we can draw cubes in different ways. Now let's look at page 87, because this is going to help you in your exercise 45. So page 87 shows us different cubes, and it's showing us these dots. Now these dots are just to help us draw each cube of same size, okay? So that we are not drawing one cube big and the other smaller. So that's the purpose of this, okay? So these dots on this paper help to draw lots of cubes, and they are all same size. That's the purpose of these dots, okay? So now let's look at 2A. So for example, if it has one cube is called a unit cube. 2 cubes, we can hold them in any way. So here's 2 cubes. I can hold them vertically, horizontally. These would be called 2 unit cubes. Okay, and grades 4, you can use if you have blocks, if your younger siblings have blocks, or if you have Lego, you can use Lego to follow this lesson, okay? So if you want to build these, you can use your Lego, or you can use your building blocks. If your younger siblings have building blocks, you can use those. So 2 are called 2 unit cubes. Now let's look at 2A, okay? Each of these solids is made up of, use 4 unit cubes to build a solid like this. Now here's the thing, I'm going to show you this shape which I built using these cubes here, right? This is the shape. How many cubes do you think I used? It looks like I used 3, right? But there's a black one right at the back, right underneath the pink one. So that means how many unit cubes do I have all together? Even though from this angle, we can only see pink, yellow, and red, but actually there's 4. There's 4 unit cubes, right? So we need to remember that sometimes some of these questions, they may ask us how many cubes are used to build a shape. And we may think, oh, it's only 3. But actually we need to remember that right underneath this top one, there is another one at the bottom. Otherwise, this picture, we cannot build this picture. If there was no, this is the foundation, right? Pink, black, and red. And then at the top, we have this yellow. So without this black one, the yellow one won't stand. So the picture would be incomplete. So it's actually, if I were to ask you how many cubes are used to make this solid, you should say 4. This is 4 unit cubes, okay? Now you can use your Lego or your building blocks for of your younger kids to build different solids with 4 unit cubes. Okay, so you would use 4 cubes or 4 blocks to build this shape. Okay, then you're going to use 8 unit cubes to build a bigger cube. So you're going to use you can make the same shape, but you can add, if we were to add 4 more to it, it would become 8 unit cube. Does that make sense? And these dots, again, they're just to help us to draw same sized cubes, so that we are not drawing any bigger or smaller. Okay, and grades 4, I'm going to send home your this dotted piece of paper. You can use it to draw your cubes. Now let's flip to our next page, which is page 88. Okay, now on page 88, they're asking us how many cubes did they use to draw each solid. Let's look at this one. Okay, so quickly go ahead and count each. So 4 dots equal 1 cube. Okay, 4 dots equal 1 cube. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8. However, each cube, because look, there's another set of cubes right at the bottom. So basically, they have this. So we can see only this part. However, we need to remember that there are 8 cubes sitting right at the bottom of the top ones. So how many cubes do we have all together? How many unit cubes are needed to build this? Okay, another word, when we have a square shape, we call it cuboid. Okay, however, people often call it, you can call it 2 things, cuboid or rectangular prism. Okay, it's a rectangular prism. So this says cuboid. Okay, so how many units of cubes are needed to build the cuboid? We would say 16, because there's the top ones. Look, they've even shown you top ones. So 1 cube, 2 cubes, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 cubes at the top and 8 cubes at the bottom. So altogether we have 16 cubes. Now grades 4, I'm going to ask you, you're going to look at these figures and you are going to listen very carefully, very gently, absolutely very gently. You're going to draw very light lines with your pencil to count how many cubes they've used to build these following solid figures. Okay, once you find out, so for example, if you were to use your pencil gently and you were to draw a line right here and right here, that's 1 cube, right? This, 2 cubes. Then we have 3 cubes, 4 cubes, and 5 cubes. So how many cubes have we used? 5 cubes. After you're done drawing, look how gently I drew. You can barely see. You're going to erase it, okay? After you're done counting, please erase the pencil markings. Okay, this was just so that we can learn how many cubes they have. Sorry, grades 4, my lesson was interrupted. So we are going to, how many cubes have we used? We've used 5 cubes to draw this figure. Next one, we have, again, this one. So we are going to do this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 cubes for this solid figure, in this solid figure. Does that make sense? So all together, I used 5 here, 6 here. So grades 4, again, please remember to erase these lines after you are done. Okay, so that is for exercise 46. Okay, they're going to ask you to figure out how many cubes we have used to build solid figures. Does that make sense? That's for exercise 46. Then we move to exercise 47. And again, they're going to ask us to add or subtract, okay, to add or remove cubes. And we need to use our imagination, okay, for some of them. So let us look at, so there, use unit cubes to build cuboid A. Then remove some unit cubes to get the solid B. How many cubes are removed? So first of all, they asked us to build A, right? So we are going to build A. Again, remember to erase the pencil markings after, okay? So I used my pencil very lightly and I drew the lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 at the top and 6 at the bottom. So that means cuboid A is made of 12 cubes, right? 6 at the top, 6 at the bottom. Now, in B, what they did was they removed some cubes. They're asking us, now count how many cubes have been removed to build B. So let's again draw our lines. Okay, so let's draw our lines and let's count. How many cubes have they used? So 1, 2, 3. So 3, 4. There are 4 at the top. And how many at the bottom? We still have 6 at the bottom. We only removed 2 over here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. They've removed 2 from 2 because altogether we had 6 here, but now we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 6 at the bottom. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All together we have 10 in cuboid B and 12 in cuboid A. So how many did we remove? We removed 2 cubes from cuboid B. To make this shape, we removed 2. Okay? Same thing, we are going to look at, see, use unit cubes to build solid C. So because you do not have cubes at home, or if you're using your building blocks, you can make this shape, or please gently draw the cubes on here and then remember to erase them. So let's see how many cubes are needed to build cuboid C. So we have 1, we have 2, 3, and 4. So here we have 4 cubes to make this shape. When you look here, you can see that we added cubes because look, here we have this shape, but now our shape has changed. So this looks like that we have actually, instead of removing, we've added cubes. Because over here in this example, we had removed cubes from A to B, but now we have added from C to D. So let's find out, what did we do? So we have here, 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 here. Okay, so how many cubes did we add to make cuboid, how many cubes did we add to make cuboid D? So we had, in C, we had 4 cubes, 1, 2, 3, 4. However, here we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, we have all 6 in here. So which means if we have 4 and 6 here, that means how many cubes did we add? We added 2 cubes because this is made up of 4. This is made up of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So how many cubes did we add? We added 2 cubes. Does that make sense? That is what you will be working on for your exercise 47. You'll be either removing cubes to make a shape, or adding cubes to make a shape into a different shape. Okay? On that note, please remember that you'll be working on exercise 45, 46, and 47. You don't need to do them all together at once. You can do them on different days. However, this video is for exercise 45, 46, and 47. Okay? On that note, I am going to wish you all the very best, and I will see you next time in a different lesson. Bye!